stalling enough. My name's Nick. I'm 25. My name's Nick. I'm 25, and this is my journey to $1 million. My name is Nick. I'm 25, and this is my name's Nick. I'm 25, and this is my journey to becoming a millionaire. I come from absolutely nothing. I grew up in poverty. I grew up in poverty in the inner city. When I was younger, I was using. When I was younger, I was an addict. I was using a lot, drinking a lot, going to parties constantly. I was extremely depressed and very lost. I felt very lonely. But in the last 8 years, I was partying really hard. I was hanging out with not the best people and not making the best choices. But in the last 8 years, I've really put myself on the right path, and I've set myself up to become successful. In my past, oh my God, this is so difficult. On a side note, this is my first time recording myself ever, and so bear with me. In my life, I've been mentored by a small business owner. He gave me the foundation and the perspective of what it's like to own your own business and work for yourself. Right out of high school, I was in the Army for 6 years. It really taught me the discipline and gave me the confidence to really pull the trigger on this. And for a short period of time when I got back home, I worked for a small startup company and got a plethora or a wide variety of experience and skills in every area of growing a business. Now, after 10 months of building it, I started my own company with my best friend. The reason I'm starting this video and sharing this with you is because I think that by sharing these experiences, I could really help you on your journey. In this, I'll document the steps I'm taking each day through my company, which I'll talk a little bit more, in this, I'll be documenting the steps I take each day while working on my business and growing it. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Throughout this series, especially in the first few episodes, I'll dive a little more into who I am. And throughout this series, especially in the first few episodes, I'll dive a little bit more into who I am and any obstacles I've had to overcome, any lessons I've learned, and any skills, hard skills or soft skills I've had to develop to get to where I am now. I'll also be talking a lot more about what my business is and how you also be talking a lot more about what my business is and how you could go about starting your own. If you want success and personal or financial freedom, regardless of what it is, you have to work on yourself constantly. I'm going to share some things that I've had to overcome to even get this far. In this series, I won't be using none of this will be scripted. I have a couple bullet points on this paper right here, and that's it. I have no prior experience recording myself, editing videos. I have no prior experience with sales, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start this series, is so that I can continue developing my skills. If you haven't noticed, I am pretty nervous and uncomfortable doing this, so you and I both can see over time. You and I both can see my skills develop. But ultimately, I want to give you guys hope and show you that it can happen, whatever your goals are. A few years ago, I had absolutely no hope. A few years ago, I was getting to the point where I was losing complete hope on my goals and dreams. And I know what it's like to be in that spot. But now I've gotten to the point where I can wake up every morning grateful that I'm working on something that really means something to me. I grew up in a very bad area. I didn't have a lot of resources or opportunities given to me while I was young. And this journey has definitely been longer than I thought it was, but Rome wasn't built in a day. I've gotten to the point where at this very point in time, I went from trying to survive in absolute poverty to now having my own apartment 10 minutes from the beach here in Texas. I have a beautiful girlfriend who cares and supports me, and that's all I could have ever asked. For the first time in my life, I'm at a point where I can actually eat healthy, good food, and I'm not stressed constantly about worrying about how I'm gonna get my bills paid. By no means, I'm no freaking Andrew Tate. I don't have a crazy mansion. I don't have any crazy cars. But I'm grateful that I'm finally at a point where I can support and sustain myself, and I have the freedom to work on my goals and actually have the hope and the opportunity to know that I can achieve something in my life and not just be stuck with the raw deal that we all get. I just started this. It took me years to overcome my own personal issues in my personal life to be at the point where I was actually ready to pull the trigger on this. If you take the steps to work on yourself and build yourself up and have the confidence and competence to achieve your goals, you can do this way sooner. I'm 25 years old. I'm still pretty young in the grand scheme of things, but I could have been at this point when I was 22, 23. Maybe if I was extremely ambitious, I could have done this at 20, 21. I've met people that have found success way younger than me. It can happen. It can happen for you. You know, I was an addict almost all my teenage years. I was very, very lost, very lonely. I'm sure some of you guys out there watching this are too. And there's hope. You can get out of it. But whatever your goals and dreams are, there's a way. If there's anything else, if there's anything that you take from this first episode, just know there's a way. And hopefully by watching this and seeing me do it, you guys can learn something. But I know everyone watching this is smart enough and has enough ambition to chase and achieve their dreams. To sum up everything, I'm just a normal guy. I didn't start with a lot, and I'm working my way up to a life that I want to live. And hopefully I can help you do the same. I hope this helps. Good luck.